Yo, what is going on, people? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing some series of terrain tutorials, and we're going to go through everything. I'm going to tell you the controls when we get to it. I'm going to explain things. I'm going to have steps. So step 1, so if you look and it skips to step 3, then you know you missed a step and you can go back and check that out. Now, I'm not going to be showing you, let's say, how to create your P drive, as I'll have a card already on the screen for that, so you can click on that video and check that out, and these will be the newer tutorials, so they are a lot better to watch. I've also got other tutorials, but let's say the road tutorial, for example. I'll probably implement this into the series, as that is mostly keyed up with map development. Now, if you do have any questions, please make sure to join my Discord, as there's not only me there, but there's other people there that can actually help you. Or you can leave a comment down below. I always respond to all my comments, all that stuff. Leave a subscription and a like if this did help you out. I really do appreciate that, and we're going to jump right into it. So the first thing that I want you guys to do is I want you to head over to Steam. And if you've got the new Steam updated version like me, what you do is you click Games, and then you tick the check mark on Tools. And as you can see now, every game that has tools, you know, maybe it's for servers or anything like that, as you can see, 7 Days to Die dedicated server. What you want to do is you want to find DayZ, and once you've found DayZ, you want to click on it, and then here there should be a button that says install. But obviously I'm clicking launch because I've already got it installed. Now what I want you guys to do is I want you to go over and check this other video out. I'll have a card up at the top of the screen. And basically what that card links you to is a Mikiro's video. And this is how to set up your P drive, so it'll extract all your game data, all that good stuff. Once you've watched that video and you've come back to this video, now what I want you to do is I want you to go to Tools. And here, it should say Mount P drive. If it says Dismount P drive, that means you've already got a P drive in your folder here. So if you haven't already, click Mount P drive. Yes. And then you will have a new drive here, Local Disk P. Now what I want you guys to do is I want you to right click, New, and then make a folder. Now this folder can be called anything that you want, so preferably your map name. So I'm going to call this Longtime Tut. Now this can have any name in it, so it could have caps in it, it's up to you. And then once you've got that folder, this folder is where everything will be stored. So in here you'll have all your other folders, anything to do with a project you want to put inside this folder here. You don't really want anything out of the outside, as it's not got anything to do with it. Now what I want you to do is right click and make a folder called Source. Now in this folder, what you'll have is you'll have your height map, which is your actual ground, so you know, your land and your sea. You'll have your satellite image, which is what you see when you go high in the sky. I'll have a picture on the screen now. So when you're high in the sky or you're at a distance, on the ground you'll actually see a texture. Now if you were to paint this texture blue, on the floor you'd see blue. If you were to paint it green, you would see green. Then you'll also have a mask inside of here, and the mask controls your ground textures. So dirt, grass, sand, any texture that you want to make or use from DayZ will be in there. You'll also have a layers config, and that's what actually controls your DayZ layers. So if you've got sand and you put in the RGB, let's say 000, and you paint on Photoshop 000, then sand will appear. If you've got grass and it's 1, 1 and 1, and you paint 1, 1 and 1, in that area it would show up as grass. So that's explaining what's in the source folder. Also you'll have your L3DT stuff, which is actually what you edit for your terrain originally in the first place, so you know what you're actually getting up to. Now what I want you guys to do is I want you to right click, new folder, and this folder is going to actually be called data. Now in here will actually be nothing, but this is where you want to probably store like your images, so your pictures, say if you've got any custom pictures for the actual game, maybe you've got a load screen that you want to actually implement in here, or just some random things, maybe a map logo. This is where you can actually put everything. Now, right click, folder. This folder is called layers. Now in here is what makes you be able to see all your textures on your map. So without this folder, you wouldn't be able to see the dirt textures, the sand textures, and if you were up in the sky or at a distance, you wouldn't be able to see your satellite image, which casts over your whole terrain. So if you ever have, once you've generated anything and you have any problems to do with your layers not being generated, you must check in here, because maybe you don't have any files in here. So that is all the folders that you need up till now. Now, when you go back to your folder, you want to enter the source folder, and in here you want to create a text document. Control A and type in layers.cfg. Now this is a new file format. As you can see, it's not .txt anymore, it's .cfg. Now I'm going to have this code in a paste bin. So what I want you guys to do is you'll get this code right here. I want you to put it in here. So now cp underscore grass is grass. cp underscore dirt is dirt. And cp underscore rock is rock. These are all textures. So whatever you do, these are the textures, the main textures that you will have. These are the DayZ textures. You can make your own custom ones. I will have a card on the screen now. So if you were in the future planning on making your own custom textures, you can do that. Now in your P drive here, you'll go down to the bottom and you'll actually have a map legend. Now when you extract DayZ 2P, automatically gives you this. So what you want to do is you want to click Ctrl C, find where your map is. Once you've done that, go to the source folder and paste it in there. Click F2 on that, and then go to here where it says map legend, paste it and save. Now at the moment mine says G Island. So now you want to go back to the main P drive, click F2, Ctrl C, paste it here, and there you go. You have this part sorted. Now when you go to this part here, this is the texture and this is the texture. But this is the RGB. So when you're actually editing an image in Photoshop and you were to colour in a section with this colour, then it will place the grass there. Same with the dirt, same with the rock. I'll show you later on some more about this. I'll go a bit more in depth. But that's just a little overview of what this actually is. Now what I want you guys to do is go to L3DT downloads page and download the standard edition of L3DT. Now once you've got that, obviously you know how to find that. You can search in L3DT. As you can see, I've also got standard. It takes a while for it to load depending on how fast your actual PC is. And now you've got this. What I want you guys to do is I want you to go to File, New Project, and as you can see, you've got designable map, blank map, Perlin map, fractal map, and blank height map. Now, I'm going to be using the designable map. And this is where it gets auto-generated. So sometimes you can have fat hills, sometimes you can have lakes, and you don't have any control of this to start with. But if you've got a blank designable map, it's basically a full flat map with water in it, so you can actually edit hills, and it's a lot easier to do if you've got your own custom idea for what you want. But I'm doing a tutorial here, and this is probably the best bet for you guys to do, as what this does is it just generates you a map and then you can mess around with it later. So you click on designable map, next, and then you've got the width and the height. Now, the biggest size you can actually go up to on this map is actually 2048. You've got 10,024, and you've got 512, which all do good for DayZ. I wouldn't recommend doing the lowest actual thing in here. 5x12 is the best one to do. Then 10x24 is also the next one, and then 2048. But today I'm going to be doing 10,024, So as you can see here and here, I've both got them the same. Now click next. This is just next. Now this is where you can actually design what you guys want. So if you want the altitude, which is also the height, so how high land is and all that lot, then that's how you do that. So I'm going to withdraw that down to the bottom. I'm also going to do that. I want my map to be mostly fat. Now scale features is obviously if you've got massive cliffs and all that stuff, so I don't want any of that. Just mess around with it however you want. I'm sure you guys know what all this does. I want quite a few lakes. Now I've set this up, I'm going to click next. I'm going to click height field. Now the height field is obviously the grass and the water, as I said previously. You don't need a water map. The attributes map is actually a map which is for your satellite, so it's a temporary one. And then you've got terrain normals. Now I want you guys to click OK. And this will take a while to generate depending on how fast your PC is, but it does have quite a few things to generate, so it may take some time. Now you will be faced with something like this: design map, a height field, attributes map, and terrain normals. Terrain normals is like the 3D version of the map, so it's the pink/purple version, as you can see here. This is what you're going to use for your satellite image. Wait for it to generate. It's of green colour. Most of you guys will get the green colour, but you can actually change to say if you want like a desert style. And then you've got the height field, and this is what you can edit. Now I do have an L3DT tutorial. It's basic, but it can get you what you guys want. So I'll have a card to that if you are more interested in actually editing your terrain, making it how you want it instead of letting it generate itself. But if you do want to actually edit the basic terrain, say if you just want to go over it, as you can see I've got quite a bit of water everywhere, I've got a few islands. What you can do is you can make big mountains with this, you can raise it like this, as you can see it's going higher, you can raise it to a certain height, so let's say we want it to 10, so we can do that. You've also got smooth, so you can smooth these big fat hills out. So that's basically that. So you can close this down now, and in your Longtime tuts folder, you want to go in there, go into source, and now I want you to create an L3DT folder. You don't have to, but this is so you don't get 10,000 files all over the main source folder. This is where you just want to keep it nice and clean. The L3DT one can be messy. So go up to this, save project, go to your P drive, find your map, source, L3DT, and then you can call this Pro. Call it whatever you want, just as long as you know what you're doing. Now you can click Control E once it's saved. So once it's saved, click Control E, and you'll be faced with something along the lines of this. So you can have an XYZ, or you can have an ASC. So if you're having problems with maybe the ASC or the XYZ, you can do both, and they both work with the map and they both are terrain. Now I don't know what's the difference between them both, to be honest. They do the same job, so that's alright. But now what I want you to type in file name is height map. Click these three dots here, go to your source folder and click save. Okay. Now it's saving your actual terrain where you've got your ground and your ocean, all that stuff. You want to go to your attributes map, wait for this to load, and then it's the same process, but this time you're going to click Control E and you're going to click BMP. Now you can do PNG, but PNG takes a while to actually load up, and it's not apparently the best quality. I don't know the difference between them both. Maybe you guys can let me know, but BMP loads a lot quicker, so that's better. Now what I want you to do is call this sat_lco. Click these three dots, go to your source folder, save this. Okay. Now go to your terrain normals, wait for this to load. Sometimes this does take a bit longer. Click Control E, save this as a BMP. Now call this normal_lco. Click the three dots, click save. Okay. Now just make sure to save your project again, and that's L3DT sorted. Now you can, if you want, always go back to this and edit the height field to whatever you want. But you've got to remember, if you do edit the map in Bulldozer, so say in Bulldozer you were to flatten all this area out, and you were to re-go in this and export this again, because you've done some editing in this. Now say you wanted a hill here, but in Bulldozer you've made this flat so you can build on it, you've got a nice city here. This will mess up your terrain because it's not flat here, but it's flat in Bulldozer. So this is the first thing that you should do, and the last thing. And if you want to do, you do fine touches in Bulldozer. You don't do massive landmass areas in Bulldozer. You use this first. So now you can close that, and we're going to jump on to the next stage. Now you can pick any class name you would like, preferably use your map name. So you can't do anything like this. So say my map's called Matthew Longtime. You can't leave a gap there. So you either make it close together, or you can use an underscore like that. That's the best way to do it. But my map is Longtime Tut, so I'm going to put Longtime Tut. Control C this, and where it says class name here, Control V it there. Keep the Chernarus plus, you don't need to change that. Where it says the author, that's pretty simple. Write your name down, or write your friend's name down. What you can do by this is press space / and then say my mate's called Paul. You can put Paul there. That's what you need to do. But I'm the only one making this, so it's Matthew Longtime. Now the name, my map is not going to be called Longtime Tut. It'd probably be called Longtime. So in the name, put Longtime there. Now if you've got a server and this is what you're making your map for, so maybe you're actually making a map because you want a custom server, what you can do is you can paste your website link here. Now the description is the same as your name, so description, paste that there, save that. Now in world name, where it says Ballet, you want to put your Longtime Tut, so your actual root folder name. And in the WRP here, what you want to do is you want to put whatever name you want there. So you can even put JD if you want JD there. Because in the later on, you're going to go to File, Export WRP, and you're going to call it JD or whatever your name is. And basically, that is your map. So in the future, you'll see me exporting something called JD. Now, this part here, the satellite, outside the terrain. So I'll put a picture up on screen. Once you leave Chernarus' actual map boundaries, basically one texture carries on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and never stops. You could drive for 10 years and it will never stop. You will always see that texture. Now you can change this picture, but there's only a few textures that you can use, you know, in DayZ, and obviously if you create your own custom texture, you can do that. Now if the ground is above sea level and it's touching the back boundaries, the ground will carry on forever and ever. But if the ground is below sea level, what will carry on forever and ever is sea. So sea will carry on forever and ever, and that's all what you'll see. So this still applies, but this will be the under the water. Now what I want you to do is scroll down, and here this is your nav mesh. So I'll have a card up on the screen right now, but this is for later on. So once you've started building your map, once you've got a map built, you know, there's houses placed, then you want to generate a nav mesh, and obviously you change the path here. You're pretty easy know how to do this, so you'll put your map name here, let's say it's in your source folder, source here, and then you put navmesh.nm here. Obviously you'll have to remove a few things here, but keep that as this for now, as it's a test and everyone uses this because it's just basic. You don't need anything other than that at the moment. Then scroll down, and where it says config world list, you want to go to here and you want to click long time. You want to type long time or whatever you've put at the top, Tut. So for me it's Longtime Tut, but if you've put, let's say, island.com there, that's what you want to put. Obviously you're not going to put island.com because you don't want dots there, but that is this episode done. Thank you guys for watching episode 1. This is basically setting up everything you need to actually start the map. The next one we're actually going to be putting it into Terrain Builder, so you'll be able to edit things in Bulldozer, place down objects, add roads, all that good stuff. If this did help you out, please leave a like and a subscription. Like I said at the intro, if you do need help, leave a comment or join the Discord, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios, amigos.